Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today we're making the ultimate keto burger. The macronutrient ratio for this burger is 3.1 to 1, with exactly 2 grams of total carbs per 145 gram or 5 ounce burger. I used Angus premium lean hamburger meat. My philosophy is if you want a great burger, you begin with really good meat. I pre-cooked the red onions in 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil, and then I put the onions and oil on top of the ground beef. Next, take your 3 egg yolks and with a fork break the surface, stir a little and pour over the meat. Next, I added the hot salsa, and I mashed any of the large chunks of tomato before I added it to the meat. The Dijon mustard, sun-dried tomatoes which I chopped into very small pieces, add the grated garlic, and lastly I added the Worcestershire sauce. Then mush everything together. Using your hands, as it turns out, is the best method. But don't use a food processor because it'll compact the meat and grind it too finely. When you have combined all the ingredients, let the meat rest for 30 minutes. This will allow the flavors to infuse. Then again, squish the meat with your hands before making them into patties. If you're following a keto diet, use a scale and weigh out 144 grams or 5 ounces per patty. Shape them and pat them lightly. Do not compact the meat. The ideal patty is nice and thick and the same thickness all the way across. If you're frying your burgers, heat up your pan on medium-high heat. When the pan is hot, add the remaining oil. Place the patties into the sizzling oil and sear for 3 to 5 minutes per side. Do not overcrowd. It's important that you cook each side to your desired doneness because you should only flip the meat once. For medium rare, it's approximately 3 minutes per side. For medium well, it's about 5 minutes per side. But you will have to decide on timing because it will depend on the thickness of your patties and the exact temperature of your stove. These patties are also great when done on your barbecue. When they're done, let the burgers rest for 5 to 10 minutes before serving. When I make these hamburgers, I always make a double batch because these make a great prep ahead meal, and I store the rest in the freezer. To make it easier to separate the frozen burgers, I place a piece of parchment between each patty. Then I place the patties in either an airtight freezer bag or a freezer-safe glass container. But please remember to label and date your container or baggie. These patties can be stored in your freezer for 1 to 2 months. There are many ways to enjoy your burger. For example, you can serve it naked over a large leaf of romaine lettuce, on any low-carb bun you made, or, depending how I feel, sometimes I'll use medium cheddar over the patties. What I have recently discovered, or what I like to do as a change, I slice a piece of raw jicama and use it as a bun replacement. It's actually surprisingly very good. The jicama is crunchy and works well with the hamburger flavor. How do you dress this burger? When I'm preparing my burger bun, whether it's jicama or I have used a low-carb bun, I spread mayonnaise on each inside part of the bun, which by the way also increases your good fat ratio. I fold a crisp piece of lettuce, and since I like pickles, I'll add 1 or 2 dill pickles to my burger and top with a thin slice of tomato. The jicama is a nice change of pace, but I must admit I do like this burger with the grain-free bun best of all. I make the buns out of my pita recipe. I just use a smaller diameter cup to cut the shape and do the instructions for either the oven method or the pan fried in butter. I hope you enjoyed this burger. Let me know if you try the jicama as a bun replacement and your opinion. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Please share this recipe with your friends and let them know about this channel. The printable recipe is available on my blog, which you can access in the link below.